What you working with? Who you rolling with? You can get up.
I say we rob them all.
Guns N' Roses is a hip-hop revisionist western, which features 4 African-American leads and 1 Asian lead. And it's the first ethnic female cast in a western, leading a western. So it's historical in those regards. You know, we're trying to see if we can bring the world of hip-hop into with the Old West as a backdrop. You snap, Bobby, and everyone puts their guns down. Ready, action.
We'll be the judge of that. In the meantime,
What sort of got me interested in doing a movie about 5 ethnic females in the Old West was the notion that I usually look at films and I just ask myself, what has not been done? And then I challenge myself to sort of delve into, you know, that very thing, whatever that thing is. And I think the notion of doing a picture that sort of puts us, meaning African Americans, African American women, African American men, in a fantastical environment, you know, held, you know, in appeal for me. I mean, there was something that I kind of like was drawn to about that. The notion of not always having to do a picture that dealt with, you know, the hood, or, you know, was really interesting to me. And that way, you know, you could take your 4-year-old son or your 6-year-old daughter, you know, to see a couple of black people in the Western, and it'd be cool. Part of the challenge of doing this movie was being able to bring together an ensemble of women that would satisfy not just the dramatic elements of the picture, but also the commercial aspect of the film. I needed someone from the music world, you know, who would lend, you know, her celebrity to the picture, as well as music, because one thing I'd always conceived was that the film would be a music-driven picture. Finally, I went with Little Kim, who I had a phone conversation with out in New York. She read the screenplay and just fell in love with the screenplay.
I feel like I'm sort of like the baby, the nurturer. Like they look at me and they like, you know, she's looking for love in all the wrong places. So they kind of took to me. You know, I kind of just came about like, you know, like, you know, you nice looking girl. You don't need to be having to sleep with a man to feel love. And I just want everybody to stay together.
My character's name is Chastity. She's a really sweet girl. She loves her girls to death. Like, she's the one that keeps them all together. If it wasn't for Chastity, the girls probably wouldn't all be together. Chastity is very identical to my own personality.
Put it this way, right? Okay, so when you come in, already have them cocked, right? Okay, already cocked. Boom, boom, right. And then pull up.
The only thing that's different is that Chastity is a little weak for men, and that's not really close to my image. I'm not weak, especially not weak to the point where I would forget about work or slip during an operation. You know, and in this movie she kind of slips, and you know, that's how she gets killed.
I don't have a problem with anybody. I think how I got involved is through Chastity. And I think that my character is basically a loner. You know, she doesn't really care about anybody, but she does care about these girls because they've had her back, you know, and now they've saved her life. And I think, you know, at the point that she's at after almost being killed, she really doesn't give a fuck about life right now. So anybody telling her about what she does or what she's doing is just wearing her down.
So this shot actually is when Kim comes riding into town, and she forgets her gold watch. You know, she's got a gold watch in the movie that's really important to her because someone really significant in her life gave it to her. Her mother, or her grandmother, or her aunt. We don't know. Even the movie ends and we still don't know what the significance of that was.
Stacey Dash, who plays the role of Kim, that was a pretty interesting casting choice. Her name originally popped up. One of the producers suggested Stacey. I wasn't too familiar with her work, for the exception of Clueless, which I loved as a movie and thought she was brilliant in. But I just, as the Spitfire Kim, hothead, want to go out in a blaze of glory character, I don't know if I saw it. And then I called her.
I'm Stacey Dash, and I'm playing Kim. And she's the wild one. She doesn't seem to have really anything to live for.
I want some reactions from you, Stacey, looking around. You see the little girl. Now.
She likes adrenaline.
How long?
To her that's living. And to be still too long, she doesn't feel like she's living. She feels like she's dying. And she doesn't feel like she has a lot of time. So she feels like she has to constantly have that feeling of that rush. So I thought that was cool about her. And Jean-Claude brought me the script a year ago, and I read it and I loved it.
It's gonna be a cutaway.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm gonna cut to him, and then I'm gonna cut back to you. And by the time I cut back to you, you're already drawn.
Drawn, of course.
Yeah, you're already drawn. Then you do.
And then I was gonna do a spin, which I can't do right now because I'm nervous, and shoot something else. And then
Marie Matiko is probably, for me, one of the actresses in the picture who I sort of learned a lot from. There was a really interesting sort of introspective approach that she used.
Hi. She's a great student, I'll tell you. She's a quick study like none other I've seen.
I did my own stunts because they couldn't find an Asian stunt girl who knew horses in time. So I said, I'll do it. So thank God I have a bit of a dancer background. And yeah, in 5 days I think I got pretty good.
I'm the materialistic one. If it ain't nothing in there for me, fuck it, I'm not doing it. I gotta have something. I gotta have something tangible. I want jewels. I want some money. And I'm all for, you get something, I get something, we all happy, let's get down.
So we're gonna do this really big stunt right now because I need Felicia Ray to look dope in this movie because this movie is gonna make her a star. You know, Pacino had Coppola. I got Lisa Ray. I'm destined to make this girl a star. That's my goal. That's my goal in Hollywood.
Lisa Ray, who plays the role of Maria, was almost a no-brainer. You know, I'd done a picture with her previously called Go for Broke, and she just has this sort of real, very bright, very strong persona, and I kind of saw that in the character.
He wants me to get up there, hang off the wood, and jump on the horse, and here she go. This is my stunt double right here.
The character of Maria is really no nonsense and is about the dollar.
I'm the gambler. I'm known for my knives. I love jewelry and I love gold, and that's my mission. When Rachel come and get all the girls together, we establish why we were friends and we used to rob banks together. Of course, that's the money for me.
The last actress to sign on was actually our leading actress, was Monica Calhoun. We were debating which direction to go with that character, the character of Rachel. Rachel is not the star of the movie because it's an ensemble cast, but she leads the group. When I saw her reel, my mind was made up. You know, that's who I want. I want that actress right there.
Ready, Kim, come out, action!
What I feel about Rachel,
is that as much as these girls are family and were family to her at one point in time, she really needs them because she's been out of it for so long. And I think Rachel is angry enough to go to the town herself and do it herself.
Show them first.
You lied to me!
Bobby Brown plays the role of Left Eye in the movie. I do not think there is a living person on this planet who could have embodied that character better than Bobby Brown. I mean, I look at the movie and I'm like, that's my villain right there, you know. He has really, really good instincts as an actor. The character of Left Eye, to me, is a guy that you'd have to look at in the movie and really believe this guy took over the town.
He made me laugh anyway. Get the fuck out of here. He made me laugh anyway.
Guys see your final marks. Everybody's way off.
Really all I care about is bitches and money.
So this scene here is one of the scenes where the sheriff, who's like a conflicted character in this movie, because he ultimately accepts bribes and gives up the town to the bandits, led by Bobby Brown. So in this scene here, the sheriff was defending the town. So this is sort of a montage of a series of standoffs.
Yeah, we got to talk about our love scene.
I'm in a position right now where I got this love scene, you know what I'm saying, with Kim, and you know, I'm a method actor, so it requires a lot of research, you know, a lot of I got to get into the character and the role.
I bet he does.
First of all, one of the perks of being a director of a movie, you can cast yourself in the movie, so that's really cool. Originally, the role of Babyface, which I play in the picture, was going to go to some handsome, you know, 6-foot guy, you know, and the running joke on the set, it was, you know, we couldn't find the guy. Kim, little Kim, was very supportive of my nervousness. You know, my hands were shaking the whole time. And she said, it's okay, relax, you know, we're making a movie. We got my man, Mario Van Peebles, who's coming today. So he's going, what he does is, yeah, so somewhere along the way he met y'all, and so he's going to do a cameo for us. So what happened is, you know that first shot that comes up, cuts the rope, everybody turns to look, and it's him up in the bell tower. There's a character named Jesse, who used to help, like, emancipate black people in the West.
He's so damn cool. Okay.
All right, everybody knows Mario Van Peebles. I'm saying he comes from a historical family. You know, his dad started this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Legendary. You know? So basically, when y'all see the movie, Mario's on his way. You know, obviously, he's in the posse gear. This is what he wore in Posse. Authentic, you know what I'm saying? Had him on the black horse, just like Posse. And basically, on his way to his posse, he made a quick stop in Flat Ridge to help the girls. He shot a rope, make sure everything was, the systems emancipated. That's it.
Hi, I'm Kara San. I am the costume designer for Guns N' Roses. Jean-Claude said, I want everybody to be sexy. I'm like, okay, Western, sexy, Western, sexy. He said, I want everybody's stomach out. I'm like, Western, stomach out, sexy. So I had to do it, but in the same time, it's just like, what we're trying to do is the fashion is fun. It's sort of like a Charlie's Angels type thing. Like, you know, the girls aren't really gonna walk out of the ocean in those leather outfits, you know, but we kept the background more authentic, and then we had fun with the girls. The Monica Calhoun character, Rachel, she's the leader of the group, and my initial sketches are just a general idea of the direction I'm going into. You really can't see the detailing, all the detailing in the sketch. Her actual outfit is, you know, there's a lot of top stitching and a lot of detailed work on it. And her jacket, which is killer, I cannot believe I found at a vintage store in LA, and it goes perfect with her outfit. Okay, this is the Lisa Ray character, Maria. She's the gambler. And Lisa Ray has just a very sexy, sexy body, so it was really fun. We were gonna go with white leather, but white leather looks so Elvis to me. We had to do something a little different, so I used this aged leather here that looks very old and very distressed, and we even distressed it more and got it kind of dirty for the movie. And actually, to keep it white during the movie, little tricks of the trade, we used leather paint and spray painted it all through the movie to keep it nice, white, and shiny. So she has a really layered look, but it's sexy because underneath it's, you know, low cut in the front, very fitted, a lot of top stitching, but her character is a gambler. We put a scarf on her, really hot look for her. The fun thing about this is all the girls have great bodies, so it's really easy. It was really easy. So with Stacy, since she's a tomboyish character, we got a distressed leather. All this, it looks denim, but it's really leather. So we have the distressed leather top, and then I faked chaps. We did some fake chaps, which are really cool. And then we did a really funky fur coat that is reversible. The Hunter. And when Jean-Claude first had written her in, he was just like, oh, I just want her in black leather. And I said, you know, we really can have fun with this character. What we ended up doing is I did black leather, but underneath I lined it with a really cool red oriental lining silk, and then her top was a little oriental top, and we kept it very influenced, Asian influence, oriental, but funky and still keeping with the leather and the cowboy look. So that was really fun to do. Last but not least, we have Little Kim. Now, hers was very fun to do. I didn't know that Little Kim was cast for the part. I just knew Chastity. With her character, I started with this. And then, when I found out it was Little Kim, I ended with this because along with designing for the character, you have to design for the actor who's going to play the character. For Little Kim, I knew that, you know, the style that she liked, so I kept it in with who Little Kim is, along with keeping it in with the Vixen and the Chastity character. So what we did with Little Kim was did a really funky little bustier that really hugs you, and just a little fun little top, and some cute little embossed suede pants. You can see here it's imprinted with a lot of tying, and it ties down the leg so you can see skin, you know, down and back and front, and a cute little Native American poncho, which I like to do. So that was the Little Kim character.
It is right now, I think, timely. It is a movie that empowers women. I think it's a movie that sends all the right messages. That crime doesn't pay, that the good guys win at the end of the day, and the good guys can be good gals, right? And they don't have to be white gals. They can be black, Asian, Latina, and it's all part of that experience. And I think, you know, as a filmmaker, I have a responsibility. You know, I have a responsibility to young white children. I have a responsibility to young black children, young Latina children, to show them that the world is a multicultural palette, and that we can all fantasize. You know, we can all be spacemen. We can all be cowboys and Indians. We can all be firemen and police officers or whatever. And that's sort of, for me, the most important part of this movie. It's not, you know, that it's a fun, entertaining, cool movie. That's great too. But it's, at the end of the day, because movies live forever. And we as filmmakers sometimes don't embrace the notion that celluloid is a powerful medium. It can create and destroy people. and it can inspire people, it can motivate people. And so there might be some young, kid in the ghetto somewhere, whether it be Latino ghetto, Black, Asian ghetto, who can look at this movie and go, wow, that means I can write a Asian genie movie, and that to me is really what would make this movie worthwhile for me. If just one child